Hi, my name's Matt Emmons, and in this video, I'd like to introduce you to the brand new CZ Flyweight trigger mechanism. This trigger was developed specifically for the CZ 457 series, and it represents a completely new level of adjustability and precision in rimfire target shooting. So why does this matter? For anyone who takes target shooting seriously, the trigger is one of the most important parts of the rifle. The placement of every single shot depends on it. And that's why CZ designed the Flyweight trigger with one key idea in mind: complete adjustability without compromise. So let's talk about features and adjustments. So with the Flyweight trigger, you can adjust key parameters to your personal preference. And what's unique is that most adjustments can be done without removing the action from the chassis. Almost all settings can be adjusted directly through the trigger guard, using Allen keys included in the package. So now let's talk about those adjustments. So here are the tools that we need. We need a 4mm Allen key and a 2mm Allen key. We also need a flathead screwdriver. So let's get right to it. The first screw we're going to talk about is screw number A, or letter A. And this one is the Sear adjustment. The Sear adjustment is what adjusts the breaking point of the trigger. So when I'm on the second stage, how much the trigger moves or doesn't move before the shot breaks. So in adjusting this, I take my 4mm Allen key, and if I go counterclockwise, I'll see, that I've lost the second stage. I felt nothing. And then if I go clockwise, I need to find the point where, again, I have a second stage. And I tried a couple times to make sure that it's crisp. For me, this would be a good setup. If you want to have a little bit more sear engagement, which also translates as creep in the trigger, that means that I get to the second stage and the trigger still moves ever so slightly before the shot goes off. This comes set from the factory. You shouldn't have to adjust this, but if you choose to make it more crisp or give it more creep that you like, this is how you adjust it. Continuing on, next is the trigger weight, or screw B, which is the small screw that's inside of screw A. This is the trigger weight, so that's the weight on the second stage. It's very simple. I just insert my 2mm wrench. If I go counterclockwise, then I'm reducing the weight on the second stage. If I go too far, then what happens is I lose the second stage. There's no second stage to the trigger. Now if I add weight to it, that's by going clockwise, then I'm increasing the weight on that second stage. Next comes screw C, which is just in front of the trigger blade. This screw adjusts the length of the first stage. This is simply how much the trigger travels before the second stage. It's the first stage length. And you can see as I screw the screw clockwise and in, it moves the trigger backwards. And so I'm reducing the travel of the first stage. Now if I go too far and go past the point, the rifle fires. And see what happens here: if you go too far, the firing pin doesn't engage. This is also how you can make the trigger a single stage trigger. You simply get it to the point of where there is no first stage. And this is almost what we would call a single stage trigger. I like to have some travel, so then to go counterclockwise, you can see as I go counterclockwise, the trigger moves back forward, thereby making my first stage longer. Okay, so the next one to talk about is screw D. And this simply moves the trigger backwards or forwards, backwards, and also to the sides, so the shooter can put the trigger in the position, or the trigger blade in the position that they like, and then you simply tighten it up with the flathead screwdriver. And lastly, screw E, which is behind the trigger blade, that adjusts the overtravel. So once I can dry fire here, I'm at the second stage. This is how much the trigger moves after the shot breaks. By screwing clockwise, I'm screwing the screw in, which means I'm going to have less overtravel. So the shot breaks and the trigger moves very little. If I screw counterclockwise, I'm giving the trigger more movement after the shot breaks. And that's everything. That's how you adjust the Flyweight trigger. Another advantage is that the Flyweight trigger assembly is fully compatible with every rifle in the CZ457 family. So that means that any existing CZ457 can be upgraded with this kit. So whether you're a competitive shooter or someone who demands the best precision from your rifle, this trigger will allow you to fine-tune every shot to perfection. Thank you for watching, and if you'd like to see more, please be sure to check out our other videos here on the CZ channel. See you next time.